Hey guys, super quickly before the video starts, I just want to tell you guys about a new YouTube channel my friends and I have made. The House Platypus YouTube channel is finally here. We only have one episode up so far. It is a podcast made by some of our good friends. So I hope you check it out. Thanks. Now enjoy the video. Alright, I'm probably a few months late on this trend, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to make a tier list on every single knife made in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. This list appears to only contain knives up to the Shattered Web operation, so if there are more knives come after that, too bad. This is the video. So, starting off, we're going to go with the regular bayonet. Now, I don't really like the regular bayonet. Why? It's too thin. Whenever you pull it out, it's way too distracting to me. Like, anytime I see somebody playing with it, I have to look at the knife. Very distracting. I'm gonna put it in the B tier because it's still like not the worst looking. Sure, it's a little thin, but it's not bad. It's a knife, just a knife. All right, butterfly knife. This is solid S tier. I will die on that hill. I don't care. Best looking knife in the game. All right, I believe this is the survival knife. This is one of the new Shattered Web knives. I'm gonna put it in D tier because I don't know. It looks weird to me. That's my first thought. I see it. I look at the animations. It's weird. So I'll put it in D tier because D tier has always been the weird tier for me. All right, paracord knife. I think that's slightly better than the survival knife here. So I'll put it above, but still in D tier because it's just a rope wrapped around a piece of metal. That's a knife. Whatever. Okay. Classic knife. I'm gonna put that in C tier because the classic knife, while very iconic, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like it. I think it looks weird when you inspect it. It looks like the blade is way too long for what the knife actually is. I mean, maybe it's because I'm young and don't have the same emotional connection to the knife, but I'm gonna put it in C tier because I don't hate it, I just don't love it. All right, falchion knife, also in C tier, only because of the rare animation. If it didn't have that rare animation, probably would put it in D tier even. But I think it looks cool. There are some skins that look good on it, but overall, it's not really what I would, like in a knife. All right, flip knife. I'm gonna put you in the B tier. Iconic-ish. I don't know. I mean, it's the classic. You flip it out. It's all god dang. It looks really sick. So that's my take on it. Gut knife. I'm putting you in the E tier. Why I'm putting you in the E tier and what step above F tier? Because even though the shape of the blade is a little weird, it can look good. But I think no, I'm not gonna try too hard to defend it. I just don't really, I don't really enjoy it. Navaja. I'm gonna put this right behind the gut knife because the Navaja, it looks cool in the picture, just maybe, but in game it's so tiny and so wimpy. You pull that out, it looks like you're pulling out the butter knife to cut the butter before you butter up your bread. That it doesn't fly with me. It doesn't look threatening. And even any skins on it, there's so little of the knife that gets the skin. It just looks bad. Karambit, A tier. Spin that bad boy like a fidget spinner, like it's an outdated meme. I personally like the Karambit a lot, not as much as the butterfly, but I think it's iconic, and that's cool. M9 Bayonet, I'm putting that up in the S tier. Why am I putting it 2 tiers above the other bayonet? Because this one is just the regular bayonet, but thicker and cooler. You put those two together, it's like Daniel and the cooler Daniel. All right, it's just that simple. The animations are less. It's still a spinny animation, but it's less distracting. And when you pull it out, you feel like you're holding a real bad boy of a knife. All right, I believe this is what the Nomad knife. Put it in C tier. It's just a worse flip knife. Fight me. I don't care if it has that cool rare animation where you poke your finger. These are trained soldiers and dangerous terrorists. They shouldn't be pulling out the knives and hurting themselves like that anyway. All right, it's just a worse flip knife. Shadow daggers F tier, just because of that screen shake when you pull it out. Oh my god, that annoys me so much. It annoys me so much. That's literally it. I used to use shadow daggers, but then like I stopped after I switched to a normal knife, because the second I switched to a normal knife, it felt so much better to use. So then when I switched back, I just couldn't use them. F tier. I mean, if it literally didn't have that animation, I'd be putting it above the gut and the navaja right now. But it's so bad, I'm putting it in the bottom of the bottom. Skeleton knife, A tier, best knife of the new set. Like it looks really, really cool. The alternate animation is really cool. The whole spinny bit you do, you know, like everywhere, and it looks super, super cool. And like the fact that you can also spin it, like you can with the Karambit, it's over all around a really lovely knife. The animations, the looks, it just screams cool, is what I'm trying to say here. All right, the stiletto knife. I'm putting that. I'll put that above. I'm putting that above the falchion in a C tier. When I first saw the knife, I was like, it's a cool looking knife, pretty hard to mess up. You know, the animation's pretty cool. You know, it's like, it really gives me the vibe of like a street gang, maybe from Greece, or from like, you know, the Tunnel Snakes from Fallout. You know, it gives you that really nice street gang feeling when you use it. Good on T side, but if you use this as a CT, I have something to say to you. What kind of person are you? Why would you use this knife? That knife belongs to the T side. God. All right, the Bowie knife. I'm gonna put this in. I'm putting this one in. Put this one in D tier. Why I'm putting it in D tier? I don't know. I just never really liked the knife. The fact that when you pull it out, you only see one hand. You know, it looks so big. It's not even a knife. It's like a sword. It doesn't even qualify as a knife. God, like the falchion itself is based off of a sword, but this thing is still bigger. And like I said, when you pull it out, it just, you know, you're like, where's my other hand? Well, I don't have my other hand. It's just knife too big for my other hand to hold in one screen. God, I mean, it's a big knife. Again, I think it's okay. It's just weird in my opinion. I'm gonna put the huntsman up in where am I gonna put the huntsman? I'll toss the huntsman up in D tier. Top of D tier. For similar reasons, in that I think it's sitting in that weird spot for me as well, where it's like, it's a cool knife, and that's it. Like, it doesn't have a cool, unique animation. In fact, I'm pretty sure the pull-out animation is the same exact one as the gut knife. You know, sort of pull it out, you do the little spin your hand, when it's like, it's got some nice looking skins for it, but it's like, I don't know, it's one of those things where it could leave the game and I probably wouldn't miss it. It's not that I don't like it, it's just that it doesn't give me any really strong feelings either way. The ursus knife. Alright. See, I'm gonna put this one right below the huntsman, but right above the Bowie, because I feel like this knife is kind of like the in-between for me. Like, it's a pretty thick slab of metal of a knife. It's got some interesting animations, but the thing about it is that those animations distract me a lot. Now, you could just call me easily distracted, but I don't know. It just feels weird to use in my hand. It's big. It feels clunky. It feels like, you know, if the huntsman tried to put on a few pounds to be more like the Bowie, but, you know, instead of getting muscle, it just got a bunch of fat. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, it's whatever. I would be okay with it left. I would be okay if it stayed. It's not offending me in any way, except for the fact that it looks like a fat huntsman trying to be a Bowie. All right, last but not least, the Talon knife. All right, I'm putting the Talon in bottom of B tier, because I don't care what you say, it is a worse Karambit, and you cannot debate that. The fact that, you know, they even tried to like make it look cooler with a different pull animation and everything. No, that's just your your like Walmart value pack Karambit. Well, like the other Karambit is like the real deal, you know. But yeah, this is my tier list. You can fight me on anything, but this is what I think of all the knives in Counter Strike.